Hey guys! So, you guys said you wanted more casual vlogs. So that's what we're getting. I'm doing another weekly vlog. And this week, I'm still unpacking stuff and getting settled into my place. So I kind of want to do like a little reading experiment. Basically, I want to try to consistently read every single day. I'm kind of the type of reader where it's all or nothing. Either I read all of a book at once, or I don't read for 3 weeks. So I really want to try to make reading more of a daily habit, even if I can't finish a book in one sitting. I need to get it into my mind that I should take every opportunity that I have to read. So I think I'm gonna set a challenge for myself to read at least 100 pages every day this week. I really don't think that will be too difficult because if I break it up, that's like 50 pages in the morning, 50 pages at night. That's not hard at all. So I feel like that will be good because some days I might probably read more than that, but on any days where I'm just not feeling it or I don't have time, I can knock out those 100 pages really easily and be good. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this week. Let me show you guys the books that I have for my TBR. So these are the books that I still have on my May TBR. So these are the ones that I'm going to be reading this week. And I feel like it's a good week to read these because both of these are sequels. Sequels tend to be really easy for me to just pick up whenever and read since I already know the world and the characters. This book is pretty short. I think it's just over 200 pages. And then this one is a romance. So these are what I'm gonna be reading this week. Also, this is my new coffee table that I just set up. I love it. It looks so cute. So I think the one I'm gonna start with is The Traitor Queen, which is the sequel to The Bridge Kingdom, which is a fantasy romance book that I love so much, and I've been dying to read the sequel. The only things that I have to do today are I have to take Loki to the vet, and I also have this on audiobook, so I think that while I'm waiting for him at the vet, because I can't go inside with him, I have to wait in my car. So while I'm waiting there, I'll start listening to the audiobook for this. But also, this book is gorgeous. This is the Bay Crate edition, and it's so beautiful, and then the inside dust jacket has a map. Oh my god, today was so frustrating. I just got back from taking Loki to the vet, and after waiting in my car for him for an hour, because I wasn't allowed to go in with him, when they brought him back and I went to start my car to leave, my car wouldn't start. So I had to wait another like 30 minutes for someone to come jump my car, and it was so hot out. Oh my god, I was dying. But anyways, everything's fine. We're back home. Loki's good. His checkup went great. You're very healthy. So yeah, I listened to the audiobook for, where's my book? The Traitor Queen, while I was there. I have no idea how much I read, so let me check. I read up to chapter 20. Ooh, oh my god, I read 108 pages. So that means I read my pages for today, which is great because I am exhausted and I need a nap. Yes, I only did one thing today, but that one thing has made me tired and I have earned a nap. My thoughts on the book so far, have I explained what this book is about? I don't think so. Basically, the first book, so this is the sequel. The first book, it's a fantasy romance and it's about this girl who is sent in to marry the enemy king in order to kill him and like take control of this bridge where all of the trade has to go through. So the bridge is very important. Whoever has control of the bridge has control of all of the trade and basically the whole economy of this world. So her mission is to go marry the king, kill him, and get control of the bridge. But instead she falls in love with him and finds out that her father had been lying to her and her father's actually the bad guy. And so the first book ended on a huge cliffhanger. So far this book is going really good and I'm enjoying the direction that the story is going into, where so far it's just been like a really big rescue mission, heist type of situation. So yeah, I am really enjoying that. But now it is time for my nap. morning, guys. So I read more of the Traitor Queen this morning. I read 50 pages. So I'm now just about halfway into the book. I feel like I can finish this today. It's going really quick. And like I said, I also have the audiobook, which I've kind of been switching back and forth between, which by the way, the audiobook is really great. I can't remember if I listened to the first book on audio. I feel like I did, but the narrators do a really great job. And there's also music, and I highly recommend the audiobook. And oh my God, I am loving this. I might even be liking it more than the first book because this has my absolute favorite fantasy trope, and that is traveling or journey plots. The two main characters, Lara and Aaron, are basically on the run right now, and they are trekking across the desert, and it is super dangerous, and they're barely surviving, and they're having to camp out along the way. And oh, I just love that trope. And it's really fun because the dynamic is kind of flipped from how it was in the first book, because in the first book she hated him and he was like head over heels in love with her, whereas in this book he hates her and really wants to kill her, and she is head over heels in love with him. So their dynamic has flipped, and it's really fun to read about. It is pouring rain outside right now, so it is the perfect just staying indoors and reading weather. I've read 50 of my 100 pages today, but I feel like I'm gonna finish this. So far, my reading 100 pages a day has been going great, although it has only been 2 days. I did just get a book in the mail. It is another Depop find. I've been finding some really great stuff on there lately. I'm actually gonna film a book haul either today or tomorrow because I have so much stuff. But I got The Witch's Heart, and this is a Loki romance. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It says, when a banished witch falls in love with the legendary trickster Loki, she risks the wrath of the gods. I'm so excited. This has been like one of my most anticipated books, but it was extremely expensive. Like every time I would go to buy it, I'm like, I don't know. So very excited that I found that because I definitely want to read this soon. So I finished my book. I can't really get up because Loki is sleeping, but I think I'm giving it 5 stars. I really loved this. It was such a good sequel. I love the romance between these two characters. I really like the main character, Lara. I loved her in the first book, and in this one, dare I say, she's even better. I just love how like everyone calls her a cockroach because she has this like intense survival instinct, and I really like characters like that. And yeah, I'm really excited for the rest of this series. Basically, this romance wrapped up, but there's still plot that is happening in the world. So the next 2 books are following another couple who we kind of like met in this book, and they're also royal enemies from different kingdoms. So the next 2 books is going to continue like the overarching plot from this book, but with a different couple. So I'm really excited that there's going to be more in this world and in this series, but I have no idea when the next book is coming out. So I ordered this lamp from an Instagram ad a while ago, and it's just been sitting here. It's from a company called Bright Tech. I'm not sponsored by them. I literally just was like influenced by an Instagram ad because it's a floor lamp and a bookshelf combined. I don't really know how difficult it's gonna be to put together, but we're gonna find out. Let's get that one out of here. Let's hope that this is easy. Well, the instructions are only 1 page. That's a good sign, and there's words. I've been putting together so much IKEA furniture. Like most IKEA furniture is pretty simple, but sometimes I feel really stupid building IKEA furniture because the instructions are just drawings, which makes you think, okay, they assume children could put these together because it's just a picture book. But sometimes it'd be really hard. There we go. This is dangerous. There we go. Okay, here is the shelf lamp all put together. Let me turn it on so we can get the full effect. I don't think this is where I'm gonna keep it, but just for now. Oh my God! Doesn't that look so cool? So it has these like LED poles behind it, so it lights up the wall. This one is a little like charging shelf. Oh my God, I am so excited. Dinner, I made some chicken and dumpling. What did I make? Now I'm forgetting. Chicken and gnocchi. I've never made this before, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. It looked better on the recipe, but you know what? It's not really about how it looks, it's about how it tastes. It might taste amazing. It's ready. I'm gonna try it. You're in my kitchen cabinet. Hi. Okay. First bite. Hot. Oh my god, it's actually really good. Go me. It's Monday. So let's see, it's already almost noon. I haven't read anything today, but I've actually had to do some work today. Oh my god. I just caught up on emails and then I refreshed and my inbox is full again. Oh, but update, in case anyone cares, I am getting my almost full security deposit back. The only thing that they ended up charging me for was that they said the oven was dirty. So they're charging me like 30 bucks for that, which is kind of ridiculous because I think that for the 2 years that I lived there, I used the oven like maybe twice to make a pizza. I rarely used the oven, so their claim that it's dirty, fine. Like, but if that's the only thing that they're gonna like try to charge me on, when they could have charged me to repaint the walls, because I had put a lot of holes in the walls and then I patched them up, but like there was spots on the wall that needed to be painted over, and then the scratches on the floor. So the pen worked. The pen worked. So if anyone's moving out anytime soon and you had scratches on the floor pen worked. Okay, no, I'm closing out my email. It's noon, I'm taking a break. Let's decide what I'm gonna read today. So these are the 3 books that I have left. I kind of think I want to read The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl. So this is the 3rd book in the Athena Club series, which has become one of my top favorite series. I feel like it's definitely in top 5. This series is so amazing, and this is the last book, and I've been putting off reading it because I don't want this series to end. But basically this series are like gothic Victorian mysteries following this group of girls who came together because in one way or another they had all been experimented on by their fathers, who were part of this like evil group of scientists. And they're all daughters of like classic gothic characters. So we have the daughter of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the daughter of Frankenstein, the daughter of Dr. Moreau. In the 2nd book, we're following the daughter of Van Helsing. And then there's also a lot of other like gothic side characters, Sherlock and Watson, Dracula, Carmilla. And basically the girls formed this club called the Athena Club, and they are solving mysteries together. And it's just like, these books make me so happy. I love them so much. And I love this group of characters. This book takes place right where the 2nd book left off. They find out that Sherlock has been kidnapped, and so they have to go after him and find him. And I believe, I'm gonna use my Sherlock knowledge, I'm assuming Moriarty is involved. That is gonna be my prediction. We'll find out if I'm right. I read these books so fast. The 2nd book is like 800 pages and I read it in a day. So this book is only 430 pages. Do I think I can read all of this today? No, I'm not gonna go that far because I do have a lot of work I have to do today. But I definitely can read 100 pages and probably a little bit more. Okay, so here's what I made for lunch. I've never made this before, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. It was actually a lot easier to make than I thought it was gonna be. It looks so cute. Oh my god, I'm turning into a little chef. All right, so I just finished eating lunch. Oh my god, it was so good. While I was eating, I listened to some of this, and I read, oh my god, I read exactly 100 pages because I read up to chapter 4, which is page 101. Super fun. I'm listening to this on audio because I really love the audiobook narrator. The voices that she does for all of the characters is just so good. Almost every single character has a different accent, and I think that her accents are really good. And I'm just like so happy to be back with these characters. I think that these are definitely one of my favorite cast of characters. There's nobody that I dislike. Like, there's not a single character that I'm annoyed that we're following. I love all of them, which is definitely a good thing because you cut in between characters and plot lines very like quickly. Like within one chapter, you kind of like pop in to different characters who are all doing different things. I can't remember if I've talked about this before, but the way that this series is written, these books are actual books that one of the characters, Catherine, is writing after the fact about their adventures. So it is Catherine's like narrative, and it's in her voice. She's the one narrating it. And every once in a while, there will be like little kind of like notes. The other characters kind of like interject their thoughts about what is currently going on in the story. They kind of like break the fourth wall, which I don't know that I've ever seen happen in a book. I could be wrong, but it works really well in here. This is just so much fun. I'm having such a good day. So I need to do a little bit more work and then I will get back to reading more of this. Maybe I can knock out another 100 pages because I'm reading it fairly quickly. I have the audiobook speed turned up to like 2.8. I could probably bump it up to 3, and it's definitely possible that I could finish this today. Once I finish all my work and I just sit down and read, I think I can do it. I have a couple chapters left in the sinister mystery of the mesmerizing girl, and I went ahead and did my makeup for today, so hopefully that will keep me from crying because I do not want the series to end. I'm not gonna cry. I love this series so much. I'm so sad that it's over. I think that I'm going to give this book 4 stars because the mystery that was happening in this book wasn't exactly my favorite. I didn't fully understand. I feel like the mysteries of the 2 books before this really tied into these girls and the story very well, whereas this one just felt like, I don't know, a little random. Overall, I love these characters so much. I would read about them doing literally anything, so that didn't really matter. It didn't detract from my enjoyment. I just wasn't as fully invested in this mystery as I was the ones from the first and the second book. I think how my ranking of this series goes, book 1 is by far the best. It is perfection. It is immaculate. Book 2, also amazing, but a little long. It could have stood to be a good 200 pages shorter. And then this book follows. So I think that the series, like, I don't want to say the series goes downward because I still think books 2 and 3 are amazing. And overall, this series is one of my absolute favorites. But book 1 is just like top tier perfection. I'm so sad this is over. So I only have 2 books left on my TBR. People We Meet on Vacation and The Echo Wife. I don't know why, but for some reason, People We Meet on Vacation is giving me anxiety and I can't explain it. Like, there's something in my brain right now that is telling me not to read it. And I have no clue why, because I know I'm gonna love it. I loved Beach Read. Everyone has been loving this book and saying that it is great. I want to read it, but my brain is like, nope. God, this is why I fucking hate anxiety. Like, a lot of my anxiety I can explain and like make sense, and there's a reason why something is giving me anxiety, but every once in a while I get anxiety over something for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. I want to read this, but my brain won't let me. So I'm gonna pick up The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. What I know about this is that it is about a scientist who invents the ability to make clones, and then there's a clone of her who ends up having an affair with her husband, and then the husband dies. Yeah, that's all I know about it. I really, really love clone stories or like alternate self, doppelganger type of books. So I'm excited. I have high hopes for this, even though I've heard mixed things about it. Like, I remember on my TBR, a lot of people, it was like super mixed. People either said that they loved it or people said that it was super disappointing. So I'm interested to see where I fall in that. Okay, so I've read the first couple of chapters, and y'all, the plot is wild so far. I don't think that this is a spoiler because it's like just the basic plot of the book. So she invented how to create clones. She's the scientist who came up with the process for cloning. She finds out that her husband is cheating on her with somebody. So she goes to the house where he's been living at with his mistress. And guess who fucking answers the door? Her! He made a clone of her to cheat on her with. How wild is that? In this clone, he like programmed to be the perfect wife. So he like made a clone of her and then like programmed it to not have any of her flaws or any of the things that he deems as flaws. That's so fucked up. Oh my God. Just like throw the whole man in the trash. Throw him in the trash. I know he's gonna die. It hasn't happened yet. In the summary of the book, it says that he dies. I'm assuming one of them is gonna kill him. And I'm like, ready for it. Oh my God. He deserves no rights. So I read about 50 pages of The Echo Wife last night and then 50 pages this morning. So I've done my 100 pages. I don't know how I'm feeling about this book because so far it's pretty boring and it's honestly been a struggle to get through. I think it's only a 250 page book. I could have read it all last night, but even just reading 50 pages was like, I was struggling. I kind of want to DNF it, but I feel like at this point, I've already read like almost half of it. I should just push through because it really isn't that long. I don't know why it's so boring. So I actually think I'm gonna switch to the audiobook. I got a copy of the audiobook from the publisher, so I'm gonna listen to that while I finish doing my hair and getting ready, and hopefully it starts getting interesting.
Martine hadn't thought to turn the heat on, though it was certainly cold enough for it. Was it that she hadn't been able to figure out the thermostat? Was she afraid I wouldn't want her to change the temperature? I thought back to the way she'd stood in the rain over Nathan's grave, the way it had taken her so much longer than me to start shivering. Maybe she just didn't notice the cold as much as I did.
So here is my little outfit of the day. I have never had a chance to wear this dress, so I just decided I'm just gonna wear it even though I'm not doing anything today because it's cute. So I finished The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. I'm so disappointed. I think I'm gonna give this 2 stars. The premise sounded right up my alley. And this did raise a lot of really interesting discussions about like what makes you human and if clones should have the same rights as humans, if clones are human. And I feel like this story had so much potential. The basic plot, when I explain it, sounds so cool and wild, but the execution was just so boring. Like never at any point did I care. For a relatively short book, 254 pages, it dragged so much. I felt like it was such a struggle to read this. So yeah, unfortunately, this is getting 2 stars. I'm like really sad about this because I thought that I was going to love this. But I think I just heard a package come to my door and I'm pretty sure that I know what it is. I ordered The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Ever since this book came out, I really haven't paid much attention to it because I did not like The Night Circus. I DNF'd it twice. So I never really paid much attention to this book. But then I was looking for books that had one of my favorite tropes, and that is characters finding a doorway or an entrance to a magical world. And this was one of the books that came up in that list that I found that has that trope. I don't know exactly how or what, and I literally don't know the plot of this book, but every book that I've read that has that trope, I've given 5 stars, and it's like a favorite book. So I'm willing to give this a try. And I do remember when I did that video of reading your recommendations, a lot of people recommended me this book and I just kept ignoring it. So I don't know, maybe y'all are onto something. Maybe I'm gonna love this. Who knows? But I found it for like $5. It's an ex-library copy, but it's in like pretty good condition. I think I'm going to film some videos. I'm not gonna waste this beautiful look on just my vlog. I think I'm gonna film my book haul. I might film my June TBR today. We'll see. And then I also want to do a come book shopping with me, but ebook edition. Mostly just because I want an excuse to buy a bunch of romance ebooks. So I think I'm gonna go film those while the sun is still up and nice. This morning I started trying to read this. I read, I think like 30 pages. You guys, I do not make any sense because I really liked what I was reading and I want to keep reading, but I can't. There's like a siren going off in my head and I can't do it. So I'm gonna put this down for now because I feel like if I keep pushing myself to read it, I'm just not gonna enjoy it because I'm gonna be anxious the whole time. Maybe there's something else going on. I don't know. So I don't think I'm going to start anything else because I do need to start on my TBR redo for this month. I am super behind on them. Originally, I wanted to be posting the TBR redo for that month during that month, but I think since I'm already behind, I'm gonna be posting them like the following month. So you're gonna see May's TBR redo in June, but that's fine. So I read 3 books in this vlog, and not counting today, we're not counting today as part of the experiment, I read 100 pages every day. So my experiment worked out. I think I'm gonna try to keep this up because I found that reading minimum 100 pages kept me wanting to read and kept me wanting to pick up books. I mean, for me, this is a lot to read in 1 week. I mean, how many pages did I read? I read 1,000 pages this week, which honestly is pretty good for me. There were some days when I only read the 100 pages, but most of the days I ended up reading more than that. But I think that having that benchmark goal of reading 100 pages kept me, kind of like motivated me, because it gave me a smaller goal to achieve that wasn't finishing the book. Since I always have this mindset of I need to read a whole book in 1 sitting, it becomes difficult for me to even want to pick up a book when I don't feel like I'm gonna achieve that goal in that moment. So giving myself the smaller goal of 100 pages helped me feel more productive. So yeah, that is going to be the end of this vlog. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!